All right, it is time for pre-market prep at the close.
Three consecutive highs, opened, matched yesterday's low, and then once it took out there, that's all the breakout momentum traders needed.
Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Hey, he's not supposed to be here. Let's get out of here. Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Welcome to pre-market prep at the close. I'm Spencer Israel. That was Aaron Bree. He just scurried off to back to his hole, I guess. No Joel today. Obviously, he's out for Yom Kippur, fasting, as I was supposed to be today. But my willpower is weak. So here we are. Anyway, guys, what a day. What a day. What a day. Let's bring up a chart. We'll start with the SPY. Why don't I have a background? Let's get my background up. Start with the SPY. Sell the rip. That's what we did this morning, right after the open. We sold that rip from yesterday, and then we bought the dip. It's an endless cycle. An endless cycle. There was a time when we were red in every single sector today. That time has come and gone. Pretty mixed overall today in terms of the sectors who have an equal amount of red and green on the screen. Pretty much in terms of overall stocks too. In terms of advancers and decliners are pretty equal. We're gonna end the day pretty much unchanged, right? More or less unchanged in the overall market. We're a smidge red on the SPY, a smidge green, and then in the Qs and in the Russell and the Dow. So yeah, I want to talk about some things. I have some things on my mind. First thing I have on my mind is LiDAR stocks. Did you all see what happened today in LiDAR stocks? I don't know what happened. I saw there was some like call buying. Does anyone know what happened in LIDR today? Or VLDR? Or laser? All these stocks just caught a huge bid at the same time. And I looked for about 5 minutes, didn't see anything besides call buying, and I moved on with my life. But yeah, some weird intraday action. Like look at that candle. Look at that candle in laser at 12:45 today, right? That 15-minute bar. And again, LIDR looks the same, right? VLDR looks the same. Sounds like Kathy Kevin says. Maybe I don't know. It's why I don't know. I literally just saw some people posting about, and I looked and saw some call buying. But call buying doesn't necessarily mean the stock has to do that. But yeah, it was such a strange intraday move for Kevin. We'll find out tonight. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. You know what, Kevin? I don't think so, because like ARK Invest, right? These guys they have a team they have a trading desk. Okay, their whole job is to buy and sell stocks without moving the market. That's their only job, right? To get in and out without causing volatility, to not give it away, not show their cards. So no, this is not Kathy Wood. That's not what this is. I don't know what this is. It was a very strange internet move. So I thought I would point that out to you all. Anyone else watching Bros? BROS? This is madness. The stock IPO'd, the price was 23. It opened at 32, and we hit 50 today. 50 for a coffee company, store, shop, cafe, whatever. A coffee chain. We've doubled it in a day. Congrats to anyone who got the IPO price. I don't know where it was available. Maybe Matt Hammond knows. Holy cow. Short Starbucks, buy this. I definitely asked this on Monday, but I'm going to do it again. 1 in the chat if you have had Dutch Brothers coffee. 2 if you have not. Put me in the second category. In 3 days, I've gone from never having heard of this company to wanting to put all my money in this stock. Yeah, a regional, exactly, Bill. A regional coffee chain, not even national. A regional coffee chain. I don't know. Someone help me out here with this one. We were talking about it this morning on live trading with Mitch, Ryan, and Zunaid, but I didn't actually think it would get to 50, okay? And we did. We got to 52, actually. Pretty crazy. And we talked about Luck and Coffee today. We talked about Starbucks, but forget all that. Forget all that. Dunking went off the board. Forget them. It's all about Dutch Brothers right now, apparently. So that was one thing. I also want to discuss Avis, because sometimes it's the trade is so obvious, and I don't listen to myself, and I wish I would. I called this out. I don't know what time today. Probably around 9:45. I don't know. I called out. Look, whenever we broke through that whatever kind of resistance that was from September 2nd and 3rd, right? That high of 97. We broke through 97, and then we just didn't stop. We actually got to $100 today. Do you know the last time Avis has seen $100? Let's go to a monthly chart. Let's zoom way out. The last time we got to $100 was 2006 in Avis Budget Group. 2006. Anyway, we say it all the time, right? Whole numbers, psychological theory, psychological numbers, whole number theory, whatever you want to call it. It works. It works, right? Because what did we get to today? We got to 100. What was the high? And 1 cent. We cleared it by a penny. These whole numbers, they work. They really work. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff. So that's your new resistance. But sometimes it really is that easy, right? Oh, what? We broke through the most recent all-time, not all-time high, but the most recent high? Yeah, I'll buy it up here. It's so obvious. It's so obvious, and yet it works. I'm mad at myself for not taking it. I'll be real fast before I go any further. I forgot to grovel to all of you. So if you haven't already, hit that like button with your elbow or your pinky or your thumb or your middle finger, whatever you want to do. That would help me out. Thank you very much. I know no Joel today, bit of a different vibe when it's just me, but deal with it or don't deal with it. Either way. Okay, so LiDAR, Dutch Brothers, Avis. I want to know what else y'all were watching, right? I want to know what stocks are on y'all's radar today. I was also watching. I missed this yesterday. I missed the news yesterday. Didn't see it till today, but cannabis stocks taking some heat on these. You know, why don't I just pull up all of the stocks that I own, all the cannabis stocks that I own? You know, I'll pull up a chart of all of them at the same time. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, right? Okay, so I own, these are the 4 that I own, all up on the chart together. They all look pretty much identical here. Let's just do a year-to-date thing. All right. It's been a pretty brutal summer, been a pretty brutal 4 or 5 months. I actually missed the headline yesterday that a measure was introduced in the House. They're trying to sneak the Safe Banking Act into another bill. For those not in the know, the Safe Banking Act is the law that would essentially break open the floodgates and allow banks to actually service the cannabis industry, right? Allow financial firms to actually, lend money and allow these companies to actually go to a bank and have banking services and let capital flood into the industry. Right now, that's not allowed. There was a proposal mentioned yesterday that would basically let banks that operate in states where cannabis is legal, it would let these banks service cannabis companies, plant-touching companies. Don't know if it's going to pass. We're still, a ways out from that, but they're trying to sneak it into the Defense Authorization Act. And if that actually gets through, then that's one of the core things in my thesis. So the sector caught a bid yesterday, but it's beaten down. It hasn't really changed the trend too much. But I'm still bullish. I'm not changing my mind. And as mentioned in the chat, this is the part where I remind you, coming up next is the Benzinga Cannabis Hour, where they're going to, if you're not bullish on cannabis for me, then hear it from them, because cannabis is a thing, everyone. It's here. And I saw Doug Cass said he's like uber bullish cannabis stock. So, go figure that. But yeah, cannabis. Okay. What else was on my list? And then we'll get to the chat. Did you guys see Lucid today? It's funny, right? Because typically these EV stocks all kind of trade together. Lucid comes out with good news. Hey, we have a car that goes 520 miles without a charge, farther than any other EV. All right, we like that. That's cool. Lucid's up 6%. We don't like Fisker apparently anymore because Piper Sandler said so. Was it Piper? No, it was JP Morgan, right? It was JP Morgan. JP Morgan says we don't like Fisker, so we don't like Fisker. Actually, we kind of bought the dip there a little bit. So that's interesting. Kind of surprised to see, and I did say this morning, so I'm repeating myself, but surprised to see the analysts have this kind of influence. Maybe when there's a lack of any other clear driver, like there's not much going on right now. Where in between earnings, there's no real new thing that everyone's talking about right now, besides the fact that September is historically weak for stocks. So maybe that's why we're paying attention to analysts here. But same thing with Beyond Meat, right? Because Beyond Meat got hit pretty hard today too. Those charts from today look identical. Fisker and Beyond Meat. Yeah, ScarJo. Price target on Fisker was let's check. Actually, I don't know. We'll go to the calendar and ratings land. Oh, it was Bank of America. That's what it was. See, okay, this is just a pet peeve, and you're right, ScarJo. You're right. It's a downgrade to neutral, but a price target of $18. So that means they think it's going to be higher a year from now than it is today. But yet they're not as bullish. All right. Hard to interpret these. It's semantics, right? What else was on my list? AMD. You guys see AMD today? The market. We are waiting for this AMD ARM deal. Here's the headline we got. AMD says they are ready to make ARM chips. The deal didn't close. Doesn't matter. AMD says, hey, we're ready for whenever that happens. Market goes, wee. All right. Alt Styles, welcome to At the Close Bros. I like that. At the Close Bros. That's good. Matt Hammond says everyone is playing SPACs and IPOs. Matt, you're right. Maybe the 2-week drought we had in IPO land was enough to make people remember that they miss IPOs. Okay, let's scroll up in the chat and see what I missed. I asked you all what you were watching, and then I sort of went off into my own world here. I'm going to scroll way up. Sorry. Okay, what do we got here? Mostly twos. Not many people in chat have had Dutch Brothers coffee. So someone who's out west, if anyone in this chat is out west in Oregon right now, or Colorado or Seattle, wherever the hell this company is located, can you just bring a cup of coffee tomorrow and take a picture, tweet at me at SJ Israel, and just want to see. G-Man wants to know what the actual market cap of Sport Radar is. How'd that do today? It had the nice second day move right yesterday. Maybe this is a sign of things to come for Dutch Brothers. I don't actually know what the market cap is. Sport Radar. There. 30 bill. We'll call it. We'll just round. What else? Y'all were watching. Bitch is watching OPAD. QS. Yes. Oh, good call out, Caleb. Because QS also moved. It was moving with LiDAR. I thought it was like a LiDAR thing because it was moving with the LiDAR stocks at the same time. And then it kept on going. Shoot, that's a really good call out. I forgot about that one. I didn't write it down. Was there news today on QS? No. All right. Great call out, Caleb. Thanks for that. I forgot about that one. Eli, mentioned Eli yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. Yeah, what a day. Oh, okay. So we broke through both moving averages, and today we bounced off the 50-day. You love to see the 50-day bounce, don't you? You love to see it. That's exactly what happened today. Bounced off the 50-day. Good to see. Good to see. Zachary's watching FedEx. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like 10 minutes behind on the chat. If earnings in 5 days, FedEx. Everyone trading FedEx, please know that. Ooh, we had a moving average crossover the other day. There's always a note. I saw they gave guidance the other day, or preliminary guidance, and it was weak. I vaguely remember that. That was like Tuesday, right? Let me see here. Oh, Garmin. I saw Garmin had news, BT, right? Garmin definitely had news. They had a new product announcement, right? They definitely did. I saw something with Garmin. I could have sworn, unless I dreamt it, which is always possible. Wow, what a turnaround! Garmin is a lesson in why investing is so freaking hard, right? This thing was dead money for what, 7 years? No, more than that. Investing is hard, guys. Congratulations to anybody in Garmin. Seriously, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. All right, what else here? I'm scrolling. What else we got? Analysts are cons, G-men. Okay. But some of them are nice people. They're nice people. Maybe some of them are, maybe they're wrong sometimes, but you know what? Here's why we appreciate them. Because one, shamelessly, they provide content, right? They provide something to talk about. But two, they are giving us a barometer, right? Because these analysts, they don't do their research for their health, right? They sell it. They sell their research to their clients. And they're giving us like some insight as to what the smart money is seeing, the kind of research that they're seeing, right? And they help shape the narrative, right? These analysts, like it or not, help shape the narrative of stocks. And sometimes, when we get lucky, they go out on a limb before earnings, and they make a call before earnings. We always appreciate that. We always appreciate them making a call out before and not after the fact, because anyone can do that. I could do that, right? Easy Mike, retail sector surprised you? Yeah, I mean, we had that retail sales print this morning, which Mitch, called out right away at like 9:32. But yeah, you can see every retail stock was strong off the open, right? You can look at Macy's, look at Kohl's, right? TJX. Look at the move that Nordstrom made off the open. Huge move today. Very, very strong day for retail. XRT is your main retail ETF. Hey, wait a minute. Let me just check real fast. Is the largest holding in XRT is it still GameStop? Find out. It was for a hot second. Let me just check to see if GameStop is still the largest holding in XRT. It is not. Okay. Or maybe they did a rebalance or something. GameStop was the largest holding in retail for a minute there back in January. That was fun. Yeah, retail, very strong day. Very, very good day. Did I buy the dip in a firm? No, guys. I kind of just have to. I don't know. I mean, so last time this happened, I guess I should have, right? In hindsight, last time this happened, we had that huge pop, and I waited like 4 days. I think I bought it on the 3rd. I think I bought it on the 3rd. I'm 99% sure I bought it on the 3rd. We had a gap up again. I guess I should have bought it yesterday or the day before. I didn't. I should have. Screwed that one up. Well, in some sense I did. In some sense I didn't. But yeah. This is gonna trigger me. Sorry, I can't look at this one anymore. Asana, is that one still going to the moon? Yes. Every day with this stock. Every day. I saw there's massive insider buying, right? Dustin Moskowitz was doing some buying, which is, better than selling. Better to see. Yeah, holy cow. Well, what is it to say about this? I don't know. All right, okay, you know what? This is what there is to say. This is probably silly. This move probably makes no sense. This actually reminds me a lot, and I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. This reminds me a little bit of the kinds of moves we were seeing in February, right? When it seemed like every stock was just going up every single day, and it didn't matter what it was or why, and it made no sense, but it was great because we're all making money. Well, a lot of stocks have come off pretty hard in the last 7 months, right? I'm just remember that can happen. Like this move is silly. The fun will end eventually. It's going to end. When it does, it could be a pretty brutal time afterwards. I'm just saying. If you're long, have a trailing stop or sell half and play with the rest. Figure out your exit plan now is my point. Before you wake up one day and you're at 90, right? Because that can happen in a sauna. You guys are funny. Christian, what's Bill Wang doing? There was a whole feature about him in Bloomberg. He's hiding out in his New Jersey mansion. I want to look at Penn real fast because I'm talking to the CEO of Penn tomorrow morning on PreMarket Prep, Jay Snowden. He'll be on it at 8:30 with myself, Joel, and Dennis. If you have a question you want us to ask Penn, you can tweet at us at Benzinga, tweet at me at SJ Israel. Email us if you want, shows@benzinga.com. I've got a whole page of questions here ready for them. We won't even get to all of them as is, but very excited for that. Penn is, I really want to ask about China, right? I really want to get his thoughts on what's happening over there, over in Macau, because Penn has no exposure to that. And they're probably thanking their lucky stars that they don't, right? That's the big thing. Oh, look at that. 50-day moving average bounce. How many times? How many times? What is the last stock that I bought? BT, I bought a firm and then sold it 4 days later or a week later. That was 2 weeks ago. I don't buy every day. I'm not someone who's actively making day trades left and right. A lot of people that you see on our stream are, right? Dennis, right? Ryan, Zunaid, Mitch. I think I bring a little bit of a different perspective because I'm not doing that every day. Let me just catch up here. All right, cool. I'm caught up. All right, let's bring up the scanner here. We are 5 minutes away from the close. Watching gainers, watching losers, and watching movers in the last 5 minutes. Whoa, Duolingo. What's happening with DUOL? Speaking of strong IPOs, this is one I've lost track of. Oh my gosh. Is it really just an IPO trade? Is it really that simple? Find every IPO in the last 2 months. Every non-biotech IPO, I should clarify, because biotech IPOs are sort of a separate category. Any consumer/tech IPO. Is it that simple? All right, Mitch. RSI. Yeah, it's another what? Rumors of an acquisition, right? Yeah. Action Network is pretty reputable. Okay. So takeover rumor. Do we have a price on RSI? No. All right. Takeover rumors. This is the problem, though. We've had now 2 days of rumors, right, in RSI. What if the price is 18, right? We don't know the price. 18 would be a pretty low premium, but when you don't know the price, it's really hard to try and jump the gun. it could be. Let's say this takeover does happen. It could be 25. It could be 30. It could be 18. Right? We don't know. 18 would be pretty disastrous because this is such a small premium, but it could happen. So, this is not for me. I mean, that'd be a pretty bad situation to be in, right? Trying to front run a deal, only to get undercut by the deal price. What do I think of UVXY? You know what, Bravo, you should follow Kenny Glick on Twitter. This is like his favorite thing in the world to trade. Okay. The ultra short-term futures VIX ETF. I mean, I don't know. It's a trading instrument. That's all I'll say. I'm sure it does what it says and trades with the VIX, but I don't know. It's a complicated instrument. It's meant for days. You know what this is meant for? This is meant for hedgers. This is meant for people that are trying to do like a short-term hedge on another position. That's what this is meant for. Yeah, here. I'll put his handle in the chat. Bravo. 1 second. I'll get it for you. You ready? Follow. Or I'll put the whole link to his Twitter account. Bravo. Follow that guy on Twitter. Okay? Hit the bid radio. He loves the UVXY. I'm sure. I don't know. It's a trading instrument. That's all I can say about it. Right, Mike's because it's not meant to be an investment vehicle, right? I mean, yeah. The problem is you can't really just blindly short it either. First off, I don't even know if you can find shares to short, but second of all, I'm sure you can. Any of these VIX trades, you can get like there is that. You guys remember the XIV? Remember that? The inverse VIX ETF or ETN, whatever you want to call it. That it blew up one day. It was like 3 years ago, and one day it just blew up, and it fell 95% for no reason. There was like a volatility event, and it just happens, right? So not really for people who know what they're doing and who understand how the product works, which is not me. So sorry on UVXY. Same with TVIX, frankly. If you guys know this stuff, then great. Do it. But not for me. All right, it's 3:59. Oh, let me do my one last crypto update of the day real fast. Let's look at a crypto heat map because we're about to go on to the close. We have cannabis hour starting right now. So where are we on a heat map? Okay, a little bit more red than there was this morning. Ethereum is holding us up. How's Bitcoin doing? All right, we have some near-term resistance in Bitcoin. Double top today, yesterday. Nothing's changed from this morning in that front. Ethereum, we're not going to be able to hold yesterday's close, which would have been nice. But to Ryan Flu's point this morning, both charts, they look bullish. They look breakouty. They look like rounding bottomy, right? For Bitcoin and ETH. So there's something to that. As a reminder, there's a link in the description of this video. You can win $50 in free Bitcoin. Download the Voyager app, deposit $100, use the code ZING, make your first trade, and you will get $50 in free Bitcoin. I'm Brian, blockchain, completely agree with you. All right, guys, it is 4 o'clock. It is time for the Benzinga Cannabis Hour. Once again, I will say that YouTube is messing with us. And actually, maybe we might be in trouble. I'm not quite sure about that. But now the case, we can't redirect from one stream to the next. So I'm going to put the link to the Cannabis Hour in the chat right now. They just went live. That means I have to end. So tune in to the very next show, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good rest of your day.